Hello, you big, beautiful souls out there. I'm going to move my microphone just a little bit so that you can hear me well. I'm coming on today to talk about something with Aralamb that has to do with sort of today, which is the 10th. It's Monday, the 7th of October, 2024. And we've been talking to people coming through sessions, and one of the things that's really coming up for people is this feeling, this incredible feeling of sort of pressure. And so Aralam wants to really talk to folks today just about the idea that, um, you know, you don't want to sort of feel like you're buckling under this pressure. And so I'm going to have him talk about this because, in all actuality, this incredible pressure that many of you are feeling, and not all of you, some people are feeling it as this pressure to sort of move forward and have a really crackly, sort of positive energy. But a lot of souls on the planet right now are really struggling. And I also want to say, before Aralam starts talking, regardless if souls are souls that are in your family, are souls that are in your friend group, or people that you know as acquaintances, or they're complete strangers, you would have to be living in a cave at this point not to understand that there are huge swaths of humanity that are just suffering, whether it's war, whether it's food, whether it's weather, all of the crisis that's going on. And so, as a person, if you are sort of living in a place that's relatively safe and relatively calm, there's also this feeling of sort of needing to do something to help those around you or needing to do something. And I spoke with a dear friend yesterday, and part of this is that every soul on the planet who is here right now is here by choice. And all of us are going to be witnesses. We are all standing witness to sort of what has been and then what's happening now, and then being witness to where we're all going to go together, right? We're all moving into the ascension together. So keep that in mind. Aralam wants to speak now. Aralam speaking. Aralam speaking. Welcome, everyone. I wanted to come on today and talk to you about this idea of feeling very pressured. The energy in the last week, going out to about November the 15th, is this very pressurized, almost what I would consider to be a kind of bottleneck of energy, right? And every soul on planet Earth, including the Earth, is sort of being forced into this bottleneck. The reason that it feels this way for you, if it does, if you feel very pressurized, if you feel like you might buckle under the pressure, if one more thing that you hear in the news or you hear on the planet or in your own life, you may buckle under that pressure. Two things are happening. The ascension is happening for every soul, meaning you, the listener, right now, you're sitting there with your soul. That ascension energy is positive, but it's pulling you into this upward positive sort of energy growth space. What you also have is the energy of all of the sort of negative, old, dark player energy on the planet. These two things are really fighting against each other. So you would think that the feeling of them rubbing together in the middle would be something that's getting wider. But in all actuality, it has this feeling of constriction. It has this bottleneck sort of feeling. So what I would say to you is this: start to really look at how you're feeling. Because the more sort of pressurized you feel, the more sensitive you are to this ascension and the change in the next 4 or 5 weeks. The more you feel this, it's actually good news, still Aralam speaking, because what it truly means is that you are beginning to truly wake up. And what happens is, once your soul begins to wake up and your gifts start to surge forward, you can't hold on to or go back to the way that you were when you were ignoring your own soul, the world, sort of, if you were just looking at what you were being told and what you were told to feel, and you stayed with that, still Aralam speaking. Once you start to have the openings, the spiritual openings, that spiritual growth, and that need to start to surge into the ascension, once that all starts for you, and if you're listening to this, then it absolutely is, it becomes almost impossible to hold on to and stay within that older track of belief and feeling. It would be as if you had now graduated to your first year of college, and so for you to go back to the fifth grade would be impossible. You couldn't backtrack and pretend that all you know is the fifth grade. This is energetically what's going on for everyone. So if you are a healer, if you're a psychic, even if you're someone who believes you have no spiritual gifts whatsoever, I spoke in a video about the fact that the extrasensory perception is waking up for every soul on the planet, right? Now, you'll have specific other gifts, still Aralamb speaking, but all of these gifts are starting to wake up in people. And what's happening is it's almost as if, and I used this analogy with a wonderful soul about a week ago, it's as if you have finally dared to climb the ladder up to the diving platform. And you're standing on the end of the diving board and you're just bouncing. So you haven't jumped in yet. You've not fully engaged in the new process, but you're standing there looking at it. What this does is, as the old is falling away, the new energy makes this constriction. So, Airlam's still speaking. What I want you to truly do is try to calm yourself. Try to understand that this feeling of sort of buckling or constriction is just your soul, your gifts waking up. So you're getting ready to kind of come out the other side of that, and you must travel through it. Melissa must travel through it. Any of you listening are going to travel through it. Even those souls on the planet who are not even aware are still going to travel through this bottleneck. I would also say this: there is an overwhelming outcry of souls on the planet right now who are working and living through tragedy. And it's all around the different things that are happening, whether environmentally or whether societally or whether governments are in play. You, as a person who find yourself safe and sound, you need to direct all of your energy toward anyone who isn't safe and sound. Not that you can save every human being on the planet, but that if you are seeing everyone make it through these difficulties, then it's more likely to happen within the dark matter fabric. So keep all of this in mind. This constriction that you feel, you're not going to buckle under the pressure. This is as if you're a diamond and you're being compressed in order to come out as something more brilliant. There isn't a soul on the planet whose literal soul is not waking up right now, whether they're aware of it or not. But if you're feeling this, if you're feeling this buckling, it's because you are waking up. So just begin to put your attention on how you're feeling, what's coming up for you. Don't try to hide any of it, bring it up. I hope this is helpful for you. Okay, so I'm going to say this. This is me again. I needed to hear this message, and I needed to hear this about 5 days ago, and Aralamb talked with me about this because I was thinking to myself that I hadn't felt, even with Aralamb in my life and understanding the general way that the spirituality is working right now. You know, I was listening to other people online and I was looking at everything, and I said to Aralamb, I am feeling so compressed right now. Like my body, my psyche, my emotions, my spirit, kind of my energy feels like, I'm being pushed in this way. So he started talking to me about this bottleneck that's happening. And the only thing that you can do, as he said, the only thing that you can do is try to relax your mind, relax your soul, but then look and see what's coming up for you as you're being in this squeezed time, because it isn't just you, it's everyone. And again, and I repeat this and repeat this and repeat this, and so does Aralamb. Every single one of us is meant to make this transition. We right now are in the absolute throes of the ascension. We are moving through the most difficult times this planet has seen in forever. And it is all by choice. And that's what we need to remember. So wherever we are in it, remember that you came here as a powerful being, right? You came here as a powerful being to be on the planet at this time to help with this ascension in any way that you can. And helping another person could be as simple as walking the neighbor's dog who just twisted their ankle and they can't walk their dog, right? Or if you have tons of money, you could send money to the charity of your choice. You could go and do whatever you need to do to help people. Or you can sit in really prayer warrior style and use this new soul growth that you have to sort of send that out into the planet. But you're not alone in these feelings if you're having them. Now, finally, I'll say this. If you're one of those incredible shiny souls who is feeling nothing but wonder and grace and incoming energy, perfect. If you're not feeling the kind of constriction, this bottleneck, if you're not feeling it, wonderful. Then don't worry about it. You're sailing. But I'm really here to talk about and with any of you who are today kind of dealing with this feeling, the feeling of overwhelm and this bottleneck of energy, because it's just part of the growth cycle. And I know through Aralamb that my whole agenda, my whole reason for being on the planet is not to be sort of this perfection soul moving through it. It's somebody who says, hey, I'm just like you, and I also struggle with these things. And so this is what that's about today. So I will be back with you. Thank you for everyone who is following the channel. Thank you for everyone who's enjoying the book. And I'm going to continue to put that up. And we will be back with you. All right, y'all. Have a great day.